Today is Friday, and guess what? I'm outside. And so I want to share something with you guys. Hi, my name is Renee from the Rich Relationship Refuge, and I help people to have a better relationship with themselves, God, and others. That's who I am, and that's what I do. But I'm outside, and so I am working on some plants that I purchased. And I showed you guys last time I was working on these little planters, and I dropped one and broke it. And so this is what I did with this. You have to throw it away. Sometimes you just have to be creative. So this is one of the planters that I broke it, and I put it in another pot. But today I want to talk about something. Yesterday, Gil and I were blessed to go to an event. We went out. We went to the Aspire event in San Antonio, Texas. They were here, Marcus Limones, and I just want to share something that he taught me. But I'm going to do that while I am working on getting these plants into pots. I want to take you guys on this journey with me, because one of the things that we talk about is that relationships are a lot like a garden. And just like in a garden, you have different types of flowers, and every flower needs a different type of soil. So guess what? People are the same way. There is no one size fits all. Yes, we all need to be loved and feel connected and belong, but that's going to be different for each person. And so while I'm showing you this, I'm going to talk about that while I'm putting these plants in these pots. And so I bought this today. I thought this was really pretty. Look at this. Do any of you guys like succulents? I thought that that was so beautiful. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to leave it just like this. But one of the things that I learned from Marcus, and it's something that I believed for a long time, and you guys let me know in the chat if you believe it too. One of the things that I used to always say is that I want to treat people the way they treat me. No, yeah, I want to treat people. I want to treat people the way I no. I'm going to treat people the way I want to be treated. That's what I used to always say, and I really believed that until yesterday. Hi there, thanks for joining me. Put it in the chat where you're coming in from. We are talking today about something that I learned, and as well as working on putting some plants in pots. So I used to always believe that I'm going to treat people the way I want to be treated. And last night, Marcus Limones challenged that, and I have to really be. I am a student. I am forever learning. I'm ever trying to learn about God, the Bible, and I'm also trying to learn about the people I serve as well as my husband and the people I'm in relationships with. And what he said was, that's only good if the people you're treating like you are like you. And just like all these flowers are different, guess what? People are different. And so if that's the way you believe, if you believe you should treat people the way you want to be treated, put that in the chat and let me know. I'm going to come over here so I can see you. Hi, thanks for joining us. We're so glad you're here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Where are you coming in from? Scotland? Yay! Thank you for joining us from Scotland. We're in Texas. So if you believe you treat people the way you want to be treated, put that in the chat. And as we're talking, I'm going to go ahead and start working with some of these plants. My name is Renee from Rich Relationship Refuge. And the reason why that doesn't work is because okay, I'm going to give you an example. Okay, this is a succulent right here. This is a succulent. And this is another plant. This is actually, this is a ficus. So these plants are both plants, but guess what? They have different needs. This plant needs a lot more water, and you can tell it looks really shriveled up because I haven't been watering it. And this one needs very little. So if I treat them the same, if I treat everybody like they're a succulent, I'm going to drown. If I treat everybody like they're a ficus, then you're going to dry out. And so what he said was, you have to, I'm adding to what he said. You have to be a student of the people you're in relationships with, and you have to communicate with them and ask them what they need and give them that. Just like with the love languages, we talk about gift projection. Most of the time we talk to people in our own language. Well, I think that sometimes we serve people based on how we are. And so while some people are like a cactus or a succulent, they don't need a lot of water, they don't need a lot of care, they don't need a lot of pruning. Some people and some plants need that. So you need to, I want to challenge you, the people you're in relationship with, to ask them, what do they need? Because for me, if I had to say what kind of plant I am, I'm going to show you this plant. This is one of my favorite plants. This is actually called a bougainvillea. I love them. You see how they have pink flowers on them? They're beautiful, but they also have thorns. They don't need a lot of water, not often, but when you water them, you have to kind of drench them in water, but they don't need to be watered often. So I am probably more like a bougainvillea. I don't need a whole lot of care. I don't have to be, I don't need to be coddled, but again, when I get water, I need a whole lot. So I want you to talk to the people in your life and ask them what they need. This is another plant that I really like. This is a Vinka. I love these. These plants right here, you can plant them in one side of your yard and they'll grow to the other side of your yard. They grow everywhere. And some people are like this. So I think it's important that we know how people need to be loved, how people need to be communicated with. And the only way that's going to happen, you have to ask them. So from Scotland, let me get my glasses on so I can see what you're saying to me. Have you found that you sometimes love people the way you are, or do you love them the way that they need to be loved? You're a cactus. Okay. And so just imagine if you treated everybody else like they were a cactus. Everyone is not going to be the same. And so in relationships and in life, we have to use our communication skills. We talk about, assertive speech, making sure that you let the people know what you want and what you need, that we active listen, that we listen to understand. And so through this journey in relationships, it is a lot like a garden. It's knowing what kind of soil, it's knowing what kind of seeds, it's knowing the care instructions for the people we're in relationships with, because everybody is not going to be, there is no one size fits all. So that's why it's really important to learn to be a really good communicator and talk to people and find out what they want and what they need from you. How many of you guys like to garden? This is something I just recently started to do because I realized that it's very therapeutic for me. What do you do that's therapeutic? What do you do for yourself? Because another thing that Marcus said last night, and I thought it was really important for us to be mindful of, and I talked about this and I made a video, self-care is not selfish. I'm going to pause. You have to take care of yourself. This weekend is the Mother's Day weekend, and I know sometimes as moms, we can have an attitude of serving, giving. But sometimes you have to sit back and you have to stop and you have to give to yourself, because you don't want to pour from an empty cup. You want to pour from a full cup. And so with that being said, what are you guys going to do for your mom? If you're a mom, happy Mother's Day. And if you have a mom, what are you going to do for her? This would be another way to find out is to ask. Because I know sometimes people say, oh, moms are so hard to buy for. Not if you ask them. Ask them what they want. And if you ask your mom what she wants for Mother's Day and she says nothing, she probably really means that. And it's just important that we communicate, that we use our voice, and that we use the tools that God has given us to really benefit us in relationships. How many of you guys have already made a decision about what you're going to give the person that you love for Mother's Day? And how many of you have not? How many of you didn't even realize that Mother's Day is this Sunday? I hope you know that it is. But I wanted to show you what I was doing. I wanted to just kind of jump on here and share with you what I'm doing, because I normally go live on Tuesdays and I didn't go live this Tuesday because we're working on the book and we're working on the app. And so I hope you guys are enjoying this weekend. I hope you guys are going to have a good time this weekend. I hope you're going to do something fun. Do something for yourself. Do something to invest in yourself. Read a book. Do a bubble bath. Whatever it is that you do that makes you feel loved and celebrated, do that for yourself. One of the chapters in the book talks about the difference between going out and dating. And I think it's important that we have one of our friends on the show. Her name is Camille Essick. And she talked about the things that she does for herself. So many times we're waiting on somebody to do for us what we won't do for us. Take yourself to the movies. Take yourself out to dinner. Be kind to yourself, because I guarantee you that the way you love you will be the other way other people will love you. Because a part of it, we set the tone for them. We show them what's okay and what's not okay. And so I just kind of want to give you guys an update on our garden and what's going on. And to just show you what I'm doing today, I am working on getting these plants into pots. I dropped another one of my succulents, y'all. I hope it's not broken. I haven't looked yet. But succulents, to me, seem to be a little bit fragile. Even though they don't require a lot of water, they still seem very fragile. I think they're beautiful, but I think they're a little bit fragile. I need plants that are real durable, and they don't require a lot of, you don't have to kind of baby them. I'm like that about most stuff, like anything. I don't want something I have to baby and coddle. But I'm going to turn the camera around and let you guys see all my plants that are right here in front of us, because I have a lot of plants that I have grown that I showed you guys when I was working on them. And so here you go. So these are my elephant ears, and these are actually the little baby ones. I planted those from seeds. Again, I have some more bougainvillea. I have 2 or 3 of those. And then I have this I don't know the name of this plant right here, but I think it's really pretty. And then over here, guys, look. Can I zoom in? I don't know if I can go. Oh, I can't. Woo, I just love this. So I'm going to show you guys. I grew all of these little plants over here. I grew them from seeds. And they are doing so well. All of those over there, those were grown from seeds. And so we need to realize that just like relationships, our relationships are a lot like gardens, and we have to water them and prune them and care for them. And so if we really want our relationships to grow, we have to be willing to do the work. And what our goal is at Rich Relationship Refuge is to know what that work is. Because Gil tells a story about when we first got married. Everybody's like, yeah, work on your marriage, work on your marriage. What does that mean? Well, it means, first of all, knowing yourself. You need to know your own growth areas and strengths. You need to be able to communicate with clarity, with a full thought out plan of when you tell someone what you want or need, you need to know what that is. You need to be sure about that. It's important that you are okay with being by yourself, because a part of it is that if we think that another person getting married or being in a relationship is going to solve all of our innermost needs, then we're going to be sadly disappointed, because the only person that can fill our innermost needs is Jesus Christ, because he created us to need him first, so that everything we give to other people is out of the abundance of that. We're not just giving them us, we're giving them the love of God. So I'm going to actually work some more on this. And I just want to tell you guys, if you are a mom, happy Mother's Day. If you have a mom, celebrate her, love her, make sure she knows you love her. And that's going to look different for every mom. And so the question was, do you make sure you love people the way they need to be loved? And do you communicate with them? And do you serve them the way they need to be served? So that's what I'm challenging you to do this week. Serve the people around you, study them,